Hey YouTube, my name is Jared Decker. I was recently contacted by a company called Geekoto on Instagram, and were asking me to review a tripod of theirs for Amazon.com. And kind of as a bonus, I'm doing a review for YouTube as well. It's a video tripod. It is the Geekoto AT24. So it's basically just has a different head. They're a lower end company. I think they're kind of in the newer world of Amazon stuff that is it's kind of econo photography equipment, and this tripod was $100. They sent me the money to buy it, and then I bought it. Here's the box. Let's go ahead and open it up. Comes in just kind of your standard tripod bag. I have a couple of these from my other tripods, and I don't actually ever use these. My tripod is either in my hand or on my camera bag. But yeah, whatever, it's a free bag. Manual, the wrench. Looks like a little 3/8 threaded rod. Here is the tripod. So I have a tripod that is very similar to this. It looks like this might be kind of a clone of it, called the Mi Photo. It's actually the one that I'm using for this video right now. It's my travel tripod. I have a much larger one that I use for my landscape shots when I'm close to a vehicle. But yeah, this looks just kind of like a cheaper version of that. It's about half the price, $99.95 or $99.99. But let's get it going here. So the first thing I notice is it has this double center column, which I don't often use center columns on my main tripod. Actually, I don't have one because it makes it so you can get closer to the ground. And with the tripod, your stability is all in the legs. So extending from that point up isn't going to do you a ton of good. It'll help, but it's significantly less stable than just making the legs longer on your tripod. But hey, it's there in a pinch. That's not a bad thing. So yeah, that's about what my normal one does, but this one will go that far. It has kind of the normal three-way or three-position leg switch. It's a decent switch, different than my other ones, but seems like it'll do just fine. Has the lever style locks on the legs, which I'm not super excited about. It's not a deal breaker, but I prefer the knobs. These ones, in my experience, have a little bit of more struggles with sand and stuff like that if you're shooting in the beach. I had a Manfrotto that I used for years that would actually, sometimes I couldn't lock it if anything was in the bolt mechanism. But yeah, 3 sections. This has rubber feet. All my other tripods have removable feet, and you can replace them with spikes for different terrain. These ones are not removable, not easily at least. They're not meant to be. Does have kind of the standard hook for hanging something on the middle for support. Also, I see in writing on here it has the Detachable Monopod. So you unscrew this leg, screw, I guess that's maybe what that extra 3/8 rod is for. Screw another ball head onto the top of here, and you have a monopod. So my other tripods have that feature as well. I don't use a monopod much, so I personally don't have a big use for that, but I know typically when I see people using monopods, it's video. So this being a video tripod, but I don't know if this tripod is actually any different than their photo tripods. I'm guessing it's just the head, which is massive. So yeah, let's get to the head. The legs seem just kind of standard, kind of lower end tripod. Not awesome, but for $100, I think they do just fine. This head, I can tell you right away that it is lightweight. Looks like very breakable plastic. Yeah, it's, like I said, it's pretty massive, but that's, I'm guessing, for a large video camera. All my cameras are Sony mirrorless, so I don't need a giant head, even if I'm shooting video. I'm surprised. I thought This adjustment, I thought the main handle would loosen and tighten it, but it has a separate adjustment for that, for the tilt, and then it has one knob for the pan, but it moves smoothly, so that's a good thing. Has a quick release for this massive plastic plate. I'm going to go ahead and thread it onto this A7R3 with a L plate on it, a small rig L plate, which is awesome. I just got this thing, the small rig, and it makes the camera fit my hand so much better, but that's another video. So got it tightened on. It does have the little ring, which is always a bonus on the knob to tighten it, so you can do it without a wrench if you don't have a wrench, and it also has a pretty fat slot so you can use a coin. The ring is very, very thin. I can feel it bending in my fingertips as I tighten it, but I think it's tight enough. So this seems kind of weird. I'm not I'm not used to video heads, so this could be a normal thing, but I'm used to the camera kind of going in this way with a quick release on the back. And when you do it like this with this one, the handle's on the side, which maybe that's how it goes. I would have assumed it would work like this. So you could turn the plate around or turn the plate sideways and solve that. But then the plate isn't going to have as much surface contact with the bottom of the camera, so it might not be quite as solid. But yeah, seems to do what it needs to do. But yeah, these two adjustments, and I think it's just kind of loose on its threads here. So overall, for $100, it's not a bad tripod. The head, I'm not super stoked with. So I actually have another head from what was pretty much my first tripod. That was a Manfrotto, and the tripod, well, I wanted to use a ball head, so I replaced the head right away, but that tripod actually broke last year. So I have this other head that is this guy. I don't really know. I'm guessing this is a video head. I think it's just kind of a standard whatever, but it came with my Manfrotto, but it's definitely a much better build. This thing is definitely the weak point of this tripod, so I'm going to swap it out just by unthreading it here. The photo version, I'm guessing, is the same tripod as this, but it has a small ball head on it that looks to be metal. I mean, it pretty much has to be. And it looks like it's kind of the same tripod that's the one on the Mi Photo that I'm using for this video. Yeah, I haven't seen it up close, but I would guess that it's the same tripod, just with a different head. So that might be a second review, but that's not a bad option for the same price to get one with a small ball head, because it's about half the price. $100 is about half the price of what I paid for the Mi Photo that I'm using here. So yeah, before I thread that on, so it's got kind of the standard 3/8. I actually discovered that this has, if you unthread it, has a 1/4 inch on the other end, which is kind of cool in case you have a ball head or any head that has a 1/4 inch input. I do not. So mine are all 3/8. So I'm going to keep the 3/8 end up, thread that on. And this is all good aluminum construction. I mean, everything on here, with the exception of the levers and the feet, is aluminum. So the only plastic is that other video head. So getting that out of the mix, I'm hoping will be good. And I mean, yeah, I think this'll be fine with this head on it. I'm stoked to have an extra tripod that I can just kind of keep with a video head for doing videos like this, since I'm starting to do more of them. Has this handle too, for whatever that's worth. I'll probably cut this off, actually. It will just annoy me. But yeah, not bad for $100, especially with Amazon's awesome return policy. You can basically try stuff out. I don't promote buying stuff and just using it and returning it, but if you buy something and you're not happy with it, they have pretty much a no questions asked return policy. Fortunately, since these guys wanted me to review this, I get to keep this tripod no matter what. If I was going to buy one, I would probably buy it with the photo head, just because I have a feeling that that's a little bit better of a quality than this guy, and then swap it out to this one myself. And then I'd be left with a more usable second head versus this thing that I'll probably never touch again. But yeah, so thanks to Geekoto for sending me this to review. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and any questions, mention them in the comments below. And thanks. We'll see you next time.